Let's bring in another guest today who says there's about to be a big reversal in the momentum stock trade. Jonathan Krinsky with us from Baycrest. He joins us on the phone once again, watches the technicals inside the market to try and help you make money. And Jonathan, it's good to have you back. What leads you to believe that there is going to be this big reversal happening, or at least some momentum pulling back and then money going into the value trade?
Yes, thanks, Scott. So I think the timing of the Moderna news is interesting. We think the fire was already set, and that's really just the match that kind of ignited things. If we go back to Wednesday of last week, we put out a note looking at the banks relative to the NASDAQ as kind of a proxy for the whole growth value, work from home, real economy type of trade. And the banks versus NASDAQ, as of last Wednesday, was at the widest divergence we've seen since 2009. We've only seen it really twice in the last 3 decades. Once was at the March 2000 peak of the NASDAQ, and then once was at the March 2009 lows. So the setup was there for a massive reversal in the momentum we've seen. And, that stems from a couple different things. It's sentiment, right? It's positioning, and it's what's already taken place. We try to look for where the puck's going, not where it's been, and we think the next significant move is an unwind in this momentum, and what we're seeing today, I think, is just the start of that.
But if you're expecting a bounce in the cruise lines and the airlines, casinos, and hotels, you need the Moderna news and other news like it to continue to progress. That trade is not going to work just on technicals alone, or whatever the setup was. You don't get the kind of move, Jonathan, that you're seeing today in those stocks without Moderna.
No, that's certainly fair. But again, the setup was there. And if you think about, what's taken place in some of these stocks, the capitulation we've seen, Buffett's out of the airlines, he's selling financials. Like, there's been just a complete despair in some of these names. So I think if you look at positioning, if you look at setup, that's really what we were trying to highlight in our note this morning, and that was actually before the news came out, is that the setup is there. And if you're trading tactically, if you're trading, on a time frame that's 1 to 6 weeks, which a lot of our clients are, then I think that's where the opportunity is. Now, again, we talk about this on the show all the time. What is your time frame? If you're a longer-term investor, then clearly the secular trends that are in play, I think, are probably going to persist. And I agree with one of the prior guests that healthcare is an area that was actually structurally or secularly attractive before the pandemic, and I think it'll continue to be after. So you really got to pay attention to what's your time frame, what are you trying to achieve. But we think on a tactical basis, regardless of the news that comes out, the setup is there for more momentum reversion here.
Interesting. Jonathan, I appreciate you calling in. I'll kick it around with the gang now. We'll talk to you again soon. Stay well. That's Jonathan Krinsky of Baycrest. All right,